No draft pick, no spotlight, yet Fred VanVleet became the nightmare every NBA team fears. Undrafted, underestimated, and doubted, Fred VanVleet turned rejection into fuel. From Rockford streets to NBA millions, his rise is persistent. But how did this competitor go from a small-town kid to one of the league's highest-paid stars? Let's break it down. Chapter 1. Early Battles, Lasting Lessons. Frederick Edmund VanVleet was born on February 25, 1994, in Rockford, Illinois. Growing up in a city scarred by crime and economic struggle, Fred's early life was far from easy. His father was tragically killed when Fred was just 5 years old, leaving his mother and stepfather to raise him in a tough environment. Yet, hardship forged determination. Basketball became more than a game. It was an escape, a way to shape a future beyond the streets of Rockford. Friends recall him shooting hoops long after the sun went down, always chasing something bigger than himself. Teachers and coaches noticed early on that he carried himself with unusual maturity, balancing schoolwork, family responsibilities, and basketball with grit. That sense of focus became the foundation of the player and the man he would grow into. Chapter 2. The moment everything changed. College basketball at Wichita State became his proving ground. VanVleet wasn't flashy, but he was unshakably efficient, helping the Shockers to a historic 35-0 season in 2014. He developed a reputation as a floor general, orchestrating plays with intelligence and calmness well beyond his years. Still, NBA scouts doubted him. Too short, too slow, not athletic enough. The 2016 NBA draft came and went, and Fred's name was never called. That night could have broken him, but instead it fueled his mantra: bet on yourself. He signed with the Toronto Raptors as an undrafted free agent, grinding in the G League until his breakout performance earned him a permanent roster spot. Every possession became a battle to prove he belonged, and his determination eventually convinced coaches and fans alike that he wasn't just surviving, he was thriving. The rest, as they say, was history. Chapter 3. The work behind the glory. What separates Fred from countless other guards is not freak athleticism, it is discipline. His off-season routines focus on repetition, including endless shooting drills, defensive footwork, and intense cardio sessions. Nutrition plays a role too, with a diet designed to maximize energy while keeping him lean and explosive. Beyond the physical, VanVleet invests heavily in mental preparation, film study, visualization, and even meditation. Teammates describe him as the first in the gym and often the last to leave, setting a culture of accountability. Former coaches have said he treats practice like the playoffs, refusing to let his energy dip. His ability to stay locked in day after day is what allows him to step into the biggest arenas and perform as if he's back on the neighborhood courts in Rockford. In a league of superstars, his weapon is consistency, and he wields it better than most. Chapter 4. Moments that defined him. Fred's career is packed with defining moments. His most iconic came during the 2019 NBA Finals, when he played a crucial role in leading the Toronto Raptors to their first ever championship. Who can forget Game 6 against Golden State, where he drilled clutch threes, absorbed a brutal elbow, and kept attacking with determination? That performance etched him into Raptors history. But his journey hasn't been without challenges. Injuries to his hip and groin tested his durability, while critics questioned his ability to lead as a primary option. During slumps, he faced doubts about whether he could truly carry a franchise. Yet, time and again, he bounced back, silencing doubters with all-star recognition in 2022 and carrying his teams with poise. Against Minnesota in particular, VanVleet has delivered multiple near triple-doubles, reminders that no matchup is too big for him, and that his competitive fire burns brightest against relentless opposition. Chapter 5. From undrafted to millionaire. VanVleet's financial journey mirrors his basketball story. Slow start, massive breakthrough. After entering the league on a modest rookie deal, his value skyrocketed post-championship. In 2020, he signed a 4-year, $85 million contract with the Raptors, the largest ever for an undrafted player at the time. That deal sent shockwaves through the league, rewriting the narrative of what an undrafted player could earn. Fast forward to 2023, and Houston made him the centerpiece of their rebuild, handing him a 3-year, $128 million deal. Just this June, he extended again with Houston on a 2-year, $50 million contract, cementing his place among the NBA's elite earners. Today, his estimated net worth sits around $40 million, a staggering leap from the boy once doubted by every scout. Beyond the numbers, his financial rise is proof that persistence can turn overlooked talent into generational wealth. Chapter 6: Legacy Beyond the Game. VanVleet's brand power has risen alongside his on-court success. He's worked with Nike on player-exclusive sneakers, partnered with major Canadian and US companies, and even launched his own ventures in media and youth development. His "Bet on Yourself" brand has become a personal motto and a business identity, inspiring young athletes worldwide. Endorsements with companies like DoorDash, State Farm, and various Canadian businesses reflect his influence not just in basketball, but also as a marketable, trustworthy figure. Few undrafted players have built such a wide commercial portfolio. Beyond endorsements, he's also invested in grassroots basketball programs, ensuring the next generation has access to resources he lacked growing up. Every deal and venture he takes on feels connected to his personal mission to prove that betting on yourself pays off. Chapter 7: Clutch Thinking, Relentless Drive. Talk to anyone close to Fred, and they'll tell you his edge is not physical, it's mental. He thrives under pressure, embraces criticism, and channels adversity into fuel for growth and improvement. Rituals like pre-game meditation, focused visualization of defensive reads, and repeating his personal mantra keep him completely locked in and mentally prepared. Bet on yourself isn't just a slogan, it is a way of life he lives every day. His leadership style blends accountability with empathy, making him a locker room anchor and source of inspiration. When he steps on the court, teammates trust him not only to hit shots, but also to steady their nerves when chaos strikes. In the NBA, mental toughness often separates stars from role players, and Fred's resilience has ensured he belongs firmly among the elite performers of his generation. Chapter 8: What he leaves behind. Legacy is bigger than stats, and VanVleet knows it. Beyond championships and contracts, he invests heavily in his hometown of Rockford, funding scholarships, youth programs, and community initiatives. He's been a visible presence in giving back, often showing up in person to encourage kids who see him as proof that dreams are possible. His story resonates with underdogs everywhere: the overlooked athlete, the small-town dreamer, and the person told no one too many times. He changed how teams view undrafted players on the court, proving that talent and discipline can outweigh pedigree. Off it, his philanthropy and leadership show a man determined to leave a blueprint of hope. History will remember Fred VanVleet not just as a champion, but as someone who turned rejection into a legacy. Now it's your turn. Does his leadership fit better in Minnesota, or is Houston the perfect home for him? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and share.